Yesterday, it was painful. You had to prove 3 pairs of corresponding sides and 3 pairs of corresponding angles. That's a lot to ask out of the proof. Well, I have good news, and that is yesterday was the first and last time I will have you do that, to prove 2 triangles congruent. No more do you need to prove 3 pairs of corresponding sides and 3 pairs of corresponding angles congruent. No more. I'm going to shorten it. There's a lot less information you need to know. Right? I'm going to show you over the course of the next couple of days 5 different methods of proving triangles congruent. 5. I'm not going to throw all 5 at you at once. I'm going to only throw 2 at you today. I think these 2 are the easiest here. The first method is abbreviated SSS, and that stands for side. Side. Yep, you guessed it, side. So I do not need to know anything about the angles. All I need is 3 pairs of corresponding sides congruent. Guess what? The triangles will be congruent. I don't even need to sniff the angles. Okay? Not at all. Everybody all good with that? Side, side, side. Second method we refer to as SAS, and it is not called SAS. Probably top 10 math pet peeve. It is not called SAS. Because there's a SAS coming down the road in a couple months, and this is not it. But it is abbreviation for side, angle, side. And it is written in that order specifically. Where is the A? In between the 2 sides, which means in your diagrams, the angle, to use side, angle, side, needs to be put in between the 2 sides. And if some of you are thinking ahead already, no, there will never be a side-side angle theorem or an angle side-side theorem, the donkey theorem, all right? That will never be one to prove triangles congruent. That sucker, that angle needs to be right in the middle of the 2 sides. If it's not, we're done discussing it. The triangles are not congruent. Angles got to be in between the 2 congruent sides. So there are the 2 for today we're going to work on. Side, 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 angle, side. Anything you want to question or comment about right now. Today is going to be probably a very, very easy day. It's not going to get tough until you have all 5 in front of you and say, which one am I using? All right, that's when it'll get tough. Right now, you only got 2 to choose from. So let's practice it. Okay, I've marked up the diagram with some information. I want to know, are the triangles congruent? If you say yes, back yourself up with one of the postulates we just went over and write a congruent statement. So we're going to do one together, and then I'm going to start calling on people. So number 1, you see a pair of sides I marked congruent. You've seen a pair of angles I marked congruent. Now, you are going to be responsible for marking your own stuff here sometimes. Is there anything that you can also tell me is true, even though it's not marked on my diagram? And don't assume anything. You could just go by the diagram here. Jeff? BD is a shared side between both triangles. That's the reflexive side we referred to yesterday. All right? Yes, that is. You can always mark a reflexive side by yourself, and you can always mark vertical angles by yourself, because in here, they're not going to be marked for you. So now let's take a look at what I have. I have how many pairs of sides? 2, and how many pairs of angles? 1. So it possibly could be side, angle, side. We just have to see, hey, is that angle in between the 2 sides? So I look at one triangle. So let's look at triangle ABD. Is this angle in between the 2 sides? Yes, it is. So this is side, angle, side. So yes, these 2 triangles are congruent. And now you got to write a proper congruent statement. What did we discuss yesterday? What do you have to pay attention to in detail when you write a congruent statement, Sammy? The order of your angles and sides. Yes, they have to match up. Okay? So triangle ABD, I'll pick that first. Congruent to, let's see, if I go ABD, I better go CBD. By what method? Side, angle, side. Okay, let's keep rolling here. Look at number 2 now. And again, you can just go by what's marked. That's it. If there's not a reflexive or vertical angles, you're not putting anything on that diagram. Okay? So what do we think here for number 2? Congruent or not? This is a good time. Okay, anybody want to take this one? Because then I have another method of calling on people. Sammy? Not possible. Why? You only have how many pairs of sides? It's called side, 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 not side, side. Side, side, side. So this is not congruent. And somebody tried to pull this fast one first period. Some of you will think this is clever. Because the two pair of sides are congruent, that must mean the third pair are congruent. No, that's called the third angles theorem, not the third sides theorem. Okay, so that's not going to fly. You were probably thinking that, Zach, weren't you? Okay. Okay, since the old generator's not working here, we're going to do this. You'll love this way. Sammy, who's next? Okay, here we go. If we all get flooded, by the way, Maddie's the only one surviving. Here we go. Let's go. And you need that today because you sank real deep, all right, after that survivor ordeal. So you better wear that all day today. Okay, here we go. Ready? I have two pairs of sides in an angle, but is that angle in between, Maddie? No. So it's not side angle side. Does everyone see that? You think it might be, but it's not because those pair are not in between. So those are not congruent. All right, let's roll. Who's up next? Casey, here we go. Now she says your name, huh? All right, moving on. What are we thinking here? Yes. By side, side, side. Not going to get off the hook that easy. How about naming the congruent statement here?
Triangle TUS is congruent
XWV. Let's see. TU, just making sure. XW, we're good. How about US and VW? US, VW, we're good. Okay, side, side, side. Next up. Who's next? Okay, Mike, here we go. What are we thinking for 5? Not congruent. The only thing you guys have are what? Right angles and a reflexive side. It's not good enough. You got to have 3 pair of something, not 2. So these are not congruent. Let's go, Mike. Next. Okay, Ryan, here we go. What are we thinking for 6? Why not? Good catch right there. Nice. That's rare in this class. Somebody says a wrong answer and just catches it. Usually you just keep going. You know what I'm saying, Zach? All right. Okay, yes. It is by side angle side. Going to have to give me a congruent statement, though. DEC, I didn't hear the other one. GHF, yep. Everybody good? Going? Okay, Ryan, need somebody. Here we go. Okay, this one's a tough one. Who'd you call in? Andrew, this is a tough one. So if you got to think about it for a second, Andrew, go ahead. It is side angle side, yeah. Where's your other second side there? Yeah, the reflexive side. And do you guys see that this angle, the angles that I mark congruent are in between the 2 sides? So that's a good to go, but give me the congruent statement. Be careful here. Triangle. No, seriously. Never mind. Go ahead. JK. Anybody else get that? Moving on. JKM. Congruent to. Yep, I'm all right with that. Nice job. By side angle side, yep. Add that one waiting. You would do that. Who's up, Andrew? Let's go. Somebody new. Somebody new.
Side, side, side.
Side, side, side. Reflexive side, PR. Yep. What do you got for a statement here, Jeff? Triangle.
PNR is congruent to PQR.
Thank you. And by side, side, side. And one more, Jeff. Need somebody. No. What could I mark on my diagram, though, Ava? Something's not marked that I can mark myself, though. No. I can't assume right angles. What are these here? They're vertical, right? But are they in between the congruent sides? No, so that's why it's not side angle side. Yes, Grace?
Okay, so you wouldn't be able to do the reflexive line because they share like that.
They don't share anything. They don't share a side.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you say, thinking this or this?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, but TU isn't in this triangle. It's got to be a full side that's shared. Because see an 8, PR is a full side that's shared. Just because part of the line shared doesn't make it reflexive. Okay? Everyone else good? Okay, I'm going to skip over this part right here just because based on the time we have left, it's a waste for the time we have left. Just let me show you how a proof works real quick. All right, on number 14, these proofs are going to be very easy over the weekend because you only have side, 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 and side, angle, side to work with. All right, they'll become more complex when I have all 5 reasons in there. Ava, you just give me somebody else now. Why is 1 true?
Oh, no, number 2?
Number 14. I'm on number 14.
Okay.
I want to know the reason why number 1 is true. Thank you. All right, that was the toughest one today. Okay, pick somebody else. Why is CA congruent to AC? They're the old reflexive. Nice job. So now look at what I have in my diagram. Pick somebody, Ellie. Why are the triangles congruent? And that's exactly, guys, what you can write in your proof. SAS, side, angle, side. Okay? You don't have to write out side, angle, and side. I want to go to the graphing one right now to end this one. Hurry up, hurry up. For period 8 only, by the way. Period 8 only. Go ahead. What are we going? I got to go backwards, so. Cube. I have a clock. I have a cube.
Does it ever go up and down?
No. Cube? Okay, cube or Promethean man. Ready? Cube or Promethean man. Here we go. Oof. Always a flip. Okay, going back. And there's the old genie. Go ahead and graph this real quick so we can discuss it. Okay. I am asking if these 2 triangles are congruent or not. And you only have 2 ways to prove triangles congruent, and that is side, 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 or side, angle, side. But we're on a graph, though. Is it going to be easy to prove a pair of angles congruent on a graph? Absolutely not. Unless they're right angles, maybe we could show perpendicular lines, negative reciprocals, but it doesn't look like I'm working with that here. So it's going to be pretty tough to prove a pair of angles congruent, so side, angle, side's out. But could you prove all 3 pair of sides congruent on the graph? Yes, we could. We've done this already this unit, and that is by using the distance formula, yes. Crimea River, welcome to honors. Tissues on my desk. So you are going to do, yes, all 6 sides. And what I'd appreciate it is if you kept one triangle organized, the other triangle organized, instead of just doing a random 6 here that I need a roadmap to find out what you're doing. All right, QN, PN, and what am I missing? PQ. And then over here, I'm going to have JL, KJ, and LK. If they are congruent, what are we going to notice here between the 2 triangles? I'm going to have a match, and a third match. If they're not congruent, what am I going to notice? 1 pair is not going to match. All 3 pairs aren't going to match. Okay? And I will just let you know right now, I believe they come out to be, I don't want to get the sides wrong. I know it's radical 17s and 18s. There we go. QN is radical 17. PN is radical 17. I'm only giving you this because I know you're in honors. You can do it yourself. I have faith. 18. And then JL was radical 18. KJ, KJ, radical 17, and LK was radical 17. What do you notice about the triangles? Are they congruent or not? 18, 18, 17, 17, 17, 17. Are all three pair congruent? Yes, that makes them congruent by side, side, side. Don't think it's an automatic yes. I'm just warning you on this weekend's homework. It's not an automatic yes. All right, you got to do the distances.